Hi, I'm Lisa Sprinkle with DHR's Advisory Services Practice, Elevate Partners. As part of our series on future ready leaders, we're asking CEOs and other top executives, what does it take to be a successful leader now and as we prepare for the future? We're honored to have Vijay Advani joining us for a conversation on diversity and inclusion. Vijay is the executive chairman and past CEO of Nuveen, which is part of TIAA. He's responsible for Nuveen's overall strategy and growth with a focus on environmental, social, and governance investing. Before joining Nuveen, Vijay was co-president of Franklin Templeton Investments and started his career at the World Bank advising governments on developing their financial markets. Vijay, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Lisa. Great to be here.
Thanks. So Vijay, many companies face significant challenges in creating their cultures of inclusive leadership and accountability. And we know it's critical to attract diverse talent, but it's really that workplace experience that impacts engagement and retention. Can you talk a little bit about what D&I looks like at Nuveen?
Sure, Lisa. I mean, D&I is really in our DNA of the organization. It goes back 50 years when we were first investing in South Africa, where we were very vocal about diversity there during the apartheid movement. Over the last 40, 50 years, we made a lot of progress. So I'll give you some statistics.
Okay.
Minorities represent 28% of TIAA-CREF's trustees, that's our board. 71% of our executive management team is minorities, 30% of senior leadership teams, and 36% of employees at TIAA. At Nuveen, 24% of Nuveen's portfolio managers are women, more than double that of the industry average. So you can see that we do definitely walk the talk. We've been doing this very methodically over the years, and I'm pleased to say that not only do we have a diverse team, but because of having a diverse team, we are making better decisions. And as an organization, we are over 100 years, so we have actually morphed into different business environments, and I give a lot of that credit to the fact that we have a diverse team.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit more about how diversity of thought has led to decision-making, better breakthroughs at Nuveen? So we know progress is slow in many organizations, but research points to the greater the representation, the higher the likelihood of outperformance. So I'd love to hear how that's helped Nuveen as well.
Absolutely. In fact, research has shown that firms that demonstrate racial, ethnic, or gender diversity in management rank are associated with higher likelihood of financial outperformance. And not only do we have that at Nuveen, but we actually require that of the companies where we make investments. So for example, just earlier, towards the end of last year, we wrote to 500 companies, both in the United States and in Japan, asking for what their plans were for diversity, gender diversity on their board. And we believe that that definitely leads to better decision-making for the companies in which we've made investments, as well as for ourselves. So as companies grapple with competition for talent, in increasing diverse, diverse domestic and global labor markets, we are right out there. And we believe that having an interview panel that is diverse itself helps pick the right diverse candidates. Because if you are all white males, you're going to naturally have a tendency of picking somebody that thinks like you or looks like you. So we made a lot of progress there, and we definitely believe that you shouldn't have, quotas, but definitely have targets. So having a target allows you to manage towards a target. And as listed companies, we've always had targets, whether for, earnings per share, whether it's for revenues. So having a target for D&I think helps as well, because it helps all employees kind of move towards that goal.
Well, as we wrap up, could you talk about what advice you would give other senior executives as they begin to focus on D&I strategies?
Yeah, so I think when you talk about D&I, the advice I give is diversity is like being invited to the prom. Inclusion is being asked to the dance. Yeah. And so it's both. It's not just diversity, it's also inclusion. And the more diverse and inclusive the employee base is, that you're going to have different perspectives, especially in this environment where you have millennials and Gen Zs as your employees, you have millennials, Gen Zs as your customers, and your suppliers. And so having a diverse firm yourself today will not only is it good for society, but it's good for business. It helps grow the bottom line. And so it's no longer a nice to have, it's a must have.
Yeah, definitely. It started as social justice, but definitely has that business impact as well.
That's right.
Yeah. So Vijay, I want to thank you again for sharing your thoughts and insights. I think this will be really helpful for other leaders as they start to develop a more strategic approach to diversity and inclusion. So thank you again. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lisa. Nice to be here.
Thanks.